Hey John, how you doing there? Yeah, it's been a while since I've been on here. Since I did one of these, I think it's been about a week. Um, been going through some emotional stuff. See the justice for Timmy. It's good to see you two there, Stephanie, and John. Thank you for coming on here. I was, I've been going through a lot of emotional stuff, like I just got through saying, for about 4 or 5 days. You know, I can't tell you how. I don't even know how you're supposed to act in a situation like this that I'm going through. It's a parent's worst nightmare. We sit there and we have kids and stuff, and all the time when they're little, you worry about them. With all this stupid stuff that goes on in the world today. You know, uh, when you're young and you have kids, you're worried somebody's going to kidnap them, somebody's going to be mean to them at school. You're just worried about everything. You don't let them out of your sight, and I thought I know I was a good parent. My kids, they never did. They never were out of my sight. My kids were always with me. I never let my kids just go with any random person. They went with my mom, which was their grandma. And that was about it, really. I never let them go spend the night. Uh, Even over at people's houses when they get invites to go spend the night at other kids' houses. I had to go meet the parents. I wanted to know what their parents did, and you know, I mean, those are your kids. And it's like nobody's going to take care of your kids like you will. No one. I don't care who it is. Timmy, he played football, like I said, and I coached football for a lot of years. And I always coached either above or below Tim when we did the youth football thing. I didn't want people, other parents saying, oh, yeah, well, he only plays that position because his dad's a coach. No, I let Timmy did his own thing. He played fullback and linebacker. That's what he started out playing, and that's what he played. And I always coached either above him or below him at another level. But I got in there, and I'd get in there sometimes, and and you know, I'd throw my 2 cents in, my hat in the ring. And then one time, we went to Las Vegas and we played in the championship down there. I wasn't Timmy didn't play in that. It was my team because I coached with another guy. It was a varsity level football game. It was Thanksgiving weekend in Las Vegas. They have uh, teams from all over the United States go there, and they play in the national championship. You pay a bunch of money and you get yourself in there, and they put you in categories with teams about your weight and your age. And we went up there and we had a wonderful time. It was Thanksgiving weekend. Uh, Freaking freezing cold in the morning, hot in the afternoon. You have to have gloves and stuff on, gloves, beanie, all that stuff in the morning. By 9:30, 10 o'clock, man, in Las Vegas on Thanksgiving Day, you're ripping that stuff off and throwing that stuff down because it's hot. It starts getting hot. But anyway, after that year, a couple years later, Timmy, he was on a team, and his coach wanted to go to Las Vegas, and he wanted to take Timmy with me because I wasn't going to go. Me and the family, we weren't going to go. And so the coach says, well, can I take Timmy with me? And I said, no. I ain't going to let some guy, some coach, I knew him, I knew the coach, I really didn't care for him too much, because, people get your kids, you let your kids go with people and something happens, they're not going to protect your kid. and I've been having some thoughts about that, about this whole thing. Timmy's 27. Okay, he's a grown man. Grown young man. He had a lot of learning. He had a lot of maturing to do. He had a lot of learning to do for a 27-year old. He did. You know, he didn't. He wasn't like a lot of 27-year olds. I mean, he had the work ethic down. He had sports and all that stuff down, and he knew what he wanted to do. And I really didn't want him to go to Colorado. I remember the day he came in here. One evening, he said, "Well, I'm going to Colorado." And I thought, no, you're not. But then, he kept talking about it. And then I told him, I said, well, I really don't want you to go. But, then he started talking about how he wanted to. And I know I've probably said this. I've probably said a lot of this before. You probably heard the same story. And I don't want to sound like a broken record. Honestly, I'm not trying to be that way. Um, but anyway, I didn't really want him to go because I wanted him to be here. But, Tim, he was 27 years old. His job is moving him there. It was a great opportunity for him to go there and to, you know, spread his wings and get out away from, around from here where he grew up. And, that's about the only thing that I knew. And then that just, them thoughts just keep going have been going through my head lately about, not letting your kids go with other people, and then you let them go with some people, and then look what happens. And I always supported law enforcement. I always did. I mean, I didn't like cops when I was younger. I was always in trouble with the cops. When I was younger, we're talking younger, back when I was like 18 to 23, I had my run ins with the police. But that was because of me. That was nothing to do with my kids. My kids never seen me. They didn't know me the way I was when I was 23, 22, 21. They didn't know me, you know. Uh, I didn't. They just didn't know me, and I hid that from my kids for a lot of years. Yeah, I did drugs a lot when I was younger. I was all into that thrash speed metal, you know. But I cleaned myself up and got out of that when I started having kids because I didn't want to be in jail, like going to jail all the time, like I was then. Jail was a revolving door for me, and it wasn't long. I didn't do long periods of time, just beat people up. That was my thing. It's just like somebody said something to you, somebody did something to you. You know what? Just kick their ass, or they kick yours and go to jail for it or whatever. But that life was over with when I started having kids. I remember when I was about 24 years old. Uh, hey Ed, how you doing? And so I know probably some of you probably know exactly where I'm coming from with this. And it's like, yeah, kids do change a person because now you're responsible for this human being, you know, and you have to try to do the best you can. There's no book, you can't download an app to teach you how to be a good parent. I mean, you have to learn a lot of that stuff on the fly. And you can't learn all that stuff the way I was when I was 21 to 23. You know, I mean, when I got my contracting license, I went and signed it. And, I mean, took the test and got my contracting license as C-27 for a landscape contractor here in the state of California. And it took me 3 or 4 times to pass the test. Pass the law, no problem. But the trade was a little bit different. And then I've done the trade for a long time, and I knew all that stuff. But it took me a while to pass it. But anyway, then when I did pass it, uh, Then I'm waiting for my contractor's license to come through in the mail. After they fingerprint you and you get all the bonds and everything, and the insurance and stuff all in line for it. Then here comes a letter in the mail from the state of California denying me. Well, you lied on your application, lied on my application, said you never been in trouble with the law and you hadn't been in trouble with the law. It's like when I signed up through the school that I went through to get my contracting license, they asked me, "Hey, John," they asked me, "Have you ever been in trouble with the law? Have you ever any felonies?" Blah 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 blah. And I would the person that was filling out my paperwork for me right there, I asked them, they go, "Oh, they just mean, did you ever been in trouble with the law?" And I said, "Well, when I was younger." She said, "No, how long was that?" And I said, "When I was like 16 to 20 to 21, 22." They said, "Oh no, they only mean within the past 7 years." But anyway, I got this big old thing from the California State Contractors License Board saying that I was rejected a contractor's license after I'd already paid, after I'd already passed all the tests, and they sent me this thing saying that I needed to go and explain all the my arrest records, which was a long time ago, and there was so much stuff on there that I didn't even I didn't even remember what happened because some of that stuff had happened so long ago. But anyway, so like I was just sitting there thinking about that the other day, and it's like you go and you raise your kids, and you don't let your kids go with anybody, you know, because you know what kind of people are out there in this world. I mean, there's kidnappers, child molesters. There's those people out there that are just flat out mean to kids, and that just wasn't going to happen to any of my kids. But then so Tim he goes to Colorado with his girlfriend Kristen. Yeah, that's his girlfriend. And then the next thing you know, man, your son that's never been in trouble with the cops, you get this phone call that he's dead. He's been shot by the police. You don't know the details of it. And then you call the police, and it's like 3,000 questions of 3,000 questions of everything that doesn't even amount to what you're asking. It's like, how is all these questions you're asking me? You just shot and killed my kid. That's what I'm told. And then they're telling me that he's a burglary suspect. There's a officer involved shooting, and he's deceased. A burglary, officer involved shooting, and my son that's never been in trouble with the police. He got speeding tickets and stuff like that on his motorcycle and stuff like that. But now maybe I'm not talking loud enough. Can you hear me now? So um, so yeah, so the police they go and they start talking to you and they start telling you about things that that aren't true. And then here just recently, the other day I was talking on the phone trying to get a hold of to come over Timmy's 401k and his stocks and his bonds and his estate and stuff like that. Which Timmy was married back 5 6 years ago, and they got a divorce right away as soon as he started at Amazon. But he did. Timmy never did take care of business. Can you guys hear me pretty good? So anyway, So I call up there and just start talking to her, and then and of course the gal gets on the phone and she starts talking to me like, "Well, we can't give out that information because you're not listed as a beneficiary." Do you know how much? You know how sick and tired of hearing that shit I am. Oh, it's all under investigation. We can't talk about it. Well, we can't give out that information. It's like, and I told that chick, I said, you know what? I told I told that chick, maybe hang on, let me try to fix this. My computer's running the scan. That's what it's doing. It's doing my computer's running the antivirus scan. All of a sudden, it wants to do it right now. Let me see if I can cancel out of this. That's probably why it's clicking in and out. Because I hadn't been on here in a couple days, so okay, there. So anyway, you just get so sick and tired of hearing um you just get sick and tired of hearing, oh, well, we can't talk about that. It's under investigation. We don't want to say anything that we're going to have to go back and we're going to have to say it all over again. Or we don't want to get the facts wrong. My son just got, he's dead. You know, my son's killed, murdered by your cops, but yet you don't want to give me any information about that. And then today, if you caught Regan's live stream when she went down to the Westminster Police Department and, to get things and stuff like that. You could tell all those people in there that work in that office, they are some really corrupt people. They're very corrupt. I mean, Regan has went down there and she's gotten information on pay rates and stuff like that. And I'm going to let her tell you guys that. I know she told me what it is, and I don't want to steal her thing because she when she's ready to start talking about it, she'll talk about it. And she has, all my whatever she wants to talk about, she can. And so I'm not going to say it, but they get paid ridiculous amounts of money. And those people there in that their Westminster Police Department in that little community that they have over there, that dude Dean Villano, he's a piece of work. He totally is. Oh well, we're sorry, Mr. Henley. Our deepest condolences. Sorry, deepest condolences. If you were sorry, you would have tried those police officers. They would have been jailed, fired. But no, not them. No, they're justified. You know, go kill somebody and you'd be justified. If you or me went out and shot a cop or shot anybody, I don't care who it is. It don't even have, let's take police completely out of the way. If you or me went out and we shot somebody, they would be putting us in prison for the rest of our life. Your name would be splattered all over the news, but not them. The badge protects them. So they're above the law, so to speak. They think they are. And there's not really much you can do about it. What can you do about it? You can call down there and you can uh, talk to them, and they can refer. You can send them an email, and it's like I did. Is Regan was telling me we need to get we got to create. We need to create a paper trail, of the complaints and stuff, and so we start doing that, and so I emailed the city manager. Yeah, I emailed him and talked to him. Totally off the subject of killing my kid. I asked him, because they said that my son, they said that, said they confiscated some cocaine out of his house. No, okay, well, but I never seen that anywhere where the amount of it. And I probably already talked about this, but I'm gonna run down it again real quick. But so when you shot and you killed my kid and he's laying there on the ground dead, you didn't find any cocaine on him. All he was in was shorts, t-shirt, no shoes, and a cell phone. Cell phone 2 feet from his hand. He held that phone the whole time that they were shooting him. I could imagine what was going through his mind at that time. Now you come walk out, you throw your hands up in the air and you say, "Stop, don't." Bam, 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 bam. You just get unloaded on. I mean, the dude, Timmy was trying to get away from the dude. He wasn't trying to run after him. I just stuff like that just bugs me, bothers me, and then we want to try to get justice. We want justice for Timmy, and like that dude Dean Villano said to Regan today when she went over there and panned out them buttons, these buttons, you know, these justice for Timmy Henley. You know, she went there. She gave these all off for gifts. It's pretty cool. She made these out of the kindness of her heart. You know, she did that. I didn't even ask her. I didn't even ask her. I just talked to her one day, and she was telling me she was making these buttons, and she did that out of her own money. You know, that one was truly amazing. Truly amazing, don't you think? But anyhow, so the thing of it is you just get sick and tired of people saying, "Oh, we're so sorry. Our deepest condolences." They don't even know what that word means. They don't. I'm not. I don't know about all Colorado police departments and stuff like that, but they don't in Westminster. They don't know what that word means. And that Dean Villano dude, he's been around a while. I was read I did some digging on him. I did some digging on that Dean Villano dude. He's been tied to a lot of cover-ups. Yeah, just Google him. Just Google him. Just Google Dean Villano Westminster PD, and you're gonna find you'll see some stuff on there. You'll be able to find some stuff. This guy's been around for a while, and there's a lot of written stuff about him that he's corrupt. And I know for one that he lied because over that property release deal, we were trying to get that property release, and Tommy was mainly wanting it. Yeah, whatever's Timmy's, give it back. I mean, you're keeping it for evidence, whatever. You know, I mean, Timmy didn't have much at there, but the thing of it was what he was doing, man, is he was talking to me like he's like this really commander dude. Well, I didn't even know he was a commander then. I just thought he was some dude that worked in the property. That's all I thought. And he never. When I talked to him on the phone, he never said, "Mr. Henley, this is Commander Dean Villano." No, this is Dean Villano in property. So I just figured he was a property clerk. You know, and he was, he was pretty straightforward about rules, regulations, and bullshit stuff. Which you've seen that live stream that phone call that Regan did. This dude's a commander. And if you haven't heard it, I know you guys already heard it, but she had that guy so backed into the corner, that dude didn't even know his name, and he was a commander. And he makes $137,000 a year of your money, taxpayer money. I can say that one because she mentioned it today, so I'll say that one. But uh, you just never really know. I don't know. I'm new to all this stuff. You know, I never did freaking think that cops would be the ones that kill my kid. You know, here in Modesto, we have gang violence. You know, little thugs hanging out in the park, or you don't here in Modesto. I don't know where you guys are all at, but here in Modesto, that's a real threat. You see a group of kids down here in the park, you don't just walk off into the middle of them because you will get shot or jumped. Yeah, I don't ever have any problems with them. But I took martial arts back in the day when I was younger. I was pretty good at it. And the number one thing is they teach you in martial arts is how not to get in fights. So if you see a group of people down on the street, do you walk right and meet them? No, you don't. You walk on the other side of the street. If they come to you, if they approach you, then you know, then you can take care of business. But anyway, so that was just a thing. Those are just thoughts that have been going through my mind about. I'm so sick and tired of when we call somewhere to try to get some information. And of course, the first thing that's out of their mouth, oh, Mr. Henley, we're so sorry. Like, did you hear Regan's live stream today when she went down to the public safety of Dave Milano when he came out and pretty much he handed her back those little buttons, these buttons, he handed them back, because she went down there and she gave them gifts for all of them to wear inside there. They all knew who she was. They knew who she is. And she just gave them out. And, and then but see, he wasn't there. Or wasn't there, he was there, I don't know. But anyway, when she went out to her car, he comes out. Which is good because I wanted to see what he looked like. I'll tell you, man, if he's watching this video, dude, you better get off that pizza, dude. You better get yourself in shape. Because you, whatever you're doing, bud, you need to hit the gym or something. I mean, I thought it would be something like, I don't know what I thought. It doesn't matter what I thought. But anyway, so he comes out and then he has the nerve to tell her, oh, I respect Mr. Henley. I respect the Henleys. No, you don't respect us. If you respected us, that little lawyer investigator that went down to your office and trying to get or sent in requests for records, get off your ass and give it to them. You know, they're waiting. The attorney is waiting for them to give them the records, which they're probably all covering up. Like Reagan went over there today and was trying to get some records, and they were telling her it was like 300 and some odd dollars for some kind of report, and they charge her $30. They want to charge $30 every time for 10 or 15 minutes of digging for these reports. That's so you kill your kid and they won't charge you for it. Isn't that the shit? So they don't just kill your kid. They had to blow him away. For what? Because he's walking by in the wrong place at the wrong time. You know? So I have a lot of mixed emotions about all that stuff, and a lot of it is I get very angry, and they're really lucky that sometimes that I don't go there because, man, if that guy would have came back to me today, Dean Delano would have came out to me and he would have said, here's these buttons back. We're not gonna wear them. It's already been through our justice system. It's already been through the justice system, and and it's just your guys' belief. It's our belief. So now we know who covered it all up. Dean Delano covered up, made sure those cops didn't get charged. He's the commander. He's the commander. I got something for you, Dean Delano. You think you're getting away with this? It's just starting, bud. Oh, you're not my bud. It's just starting. It's about to happen. As soon as you get those reports over there to that investigator so they can look at this case and see all the lies and corruption that you guys, the Westminster police, have put out there. And I hope I'm there that day they handcuff you and haul your fat ass to jail. Riggin says it's not likely that they will get in trouble like that. I don't want any money out of it. Me and my family, we don't want money. We want justice. We're trying to do this the legal way. So, it's been a while since I've been on here, and yeah, and it's because, man, there's times I don't feel like getting on here, and I don't feel like talking about it. People in my surroundings, I'm pretty sure they get tired of hearing about it. But I just can't stop talking about it. I can't stop thinking about it. I said I'm not going to get consumed with it. Well, it consumes you. You want to find out what happened. You want to find out everything about it. You want to know everything, and it doesn't make it any easier when you got people lying and false this and false that, and you want to make my son out to be something that he's not, and those are just thoughts that just keep going through my head. It's like, you don't even want to know what goes through my head. Some of it isn't. About 85% of what goes through my head at times is not anything that you want to be sharing with people. And I think I have a right to feel that way. I don't know. What do you think? So anyway, I just thought I'd get on here now, and because it's been a while since I've been on here, and I'm sorry that I've been going through some stuff. Uh, but I don't even really know how to act. I mean, how are you supposed to act in a situation like this? I mean, how are you supposed to think? So I just thought I'd get on here, and because my son Tommy, he was on here today. And Tommy's a good kid. Tommy's an awesome kid. I have awesome kids. All my kids, they all work. They're not all in trouble. They're all hanging on street corners. They all work for a living. Tommy hurt his back, so he's doing Grubhub or DoorDash. I think it's DoorDash. My daughter Nicole, she works for a casino. She works for some casino there from Choctaw Nation. She takes care of. She cleans hotel rooms or motel rooms or something like that. And my daughter Casey, she takes care of. She has 5 kids. She goes to work. She takes care of uh, people that can't get out of their house. You know. So can you hear that? Can you hear that? I got it right in front of my face. Hmm. Maybe I need to. Can you hear that? Oh well, it was probably some of the stuff you probably didn't need to hear anyway, because I was ranting about some stuff that is bothering me. Maybe I'm not talking loud enough. I don't know. So yeah, I'm just clicking on here doing something that I told Regan I'd do. So now I give her a wrench so she can kick people out of here that cause me problems. Okay, let me start another one. Maybe that's what it was. Let me go off here. I'm gonna come right back. All right. Let's see. How do you end stream?